Welcome to Testing in the Pub.
Welcome back to Testing in the Pub. Today we're going to talk about looking forward to 2015. So the conferences, the meetups, and also I think some kind of personal goals for 2015 as well. So I am here in the pub with Mr. Daniel Ashby as usual.
How's it going? How's it going?
I'm alright.
So 2014, what a year, but there's so much coming up already in 2015.
Yeah, those call for papers, they come out so early. They close so early, don't they? I mean, the Eurostar one's about to close as an example, and the conference isn't until November.
That's true. But I suppose they get so much submissions that they have to review them all.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, some conferences have already got their programs in place.
It's difficult though, because if you're asked to submit a topic that's relevant just now, that might not necessarily be relevant in November. There might be more relevant topics when the conferences come round.
Yeah, I guess that's why a good conference has a kind of lightning talk slot.
Yeah.
And the opportunity to kind of move things around a wee bit.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, it's not easy, I would imagine, being a conference organiser, so I can completely see why the call for papers and all of that is done fairly far in advance.
Yeah.
So what are you looking forward to then in 2015 then, Dan?
Well, I've got quite a few things lined up already. I'm looking forward to some of the conferences that are coming up. There's the Agile Testing Days Netherlands. Agile Testing Day Netherlands, sorry.
Oh yes, a single day.
A single day, yeah. So I'm going to be running my lateral and critical thinking skills for testers. A cut down version, half an hour I've got, but I'm really looking forward to that.
Cool.
Gives more people the chance to learn about lateral thinking. So,
yeah, I mean there's a very big testing community in the Netherlands.
Yeah, huge community, but it's the first time I'll have been there.
Yeah, I've never been there.
So I'm looking forward to it. And I've read a lot of the tweets that get sent out from testers in that part of the world, so that'll be really good to meet people. So.
Yeah, I've met quite a few testers from the Netherlands at various conferences, particularly last year. So yeah,
but that's not till March, so I think that's March the 19th.
There you go.
But there's so much before that. You've got a lot coming up before that.
There is, yeah. I mean, Test Management Forum next week. So I'm going to be talking about how you can survive essentially without test managers. So how to test without test managers, based upon personal experience. So
that's cool.
So yeah, I transitioned roles in 2014 away from test management, and as a result of the company I work for removing that role and reorganizing, and so we went through a whole process of establishing testing or re-establishing testing again, and we did that in a whole bunch of different ways. So I think there's a lot that I hope anyway other people can learn from that, because I see that as a way. I don't think I'll be the only person who goes through that journey.
Yeah, no, I think a lot of companies are moving towards that motion, right, where it's more like a team manager rather than a dev manager or a test manager. You know? I think it makes sense. I think there isn't a lot of places where you can learn about it though.
No.
So I think your talk sounds really interesting, especially because it's personal experience.
Yeah.
I like
talks so
based on personal
bit of a workshop at the Test Management Forum, but then a kind of more fully fleshed out, more detailed version I'm doing at Test Bash, end of March.
Oh yeah, Test Bash.
So yeah, why I lost my job as a test manager and what I learned as a result. So
interesting.
Back up on the Test Bash stage with the bright light shining in your eyes and the view of the front two rows and no one else. But no, it'll be great to get back at Test Bash. I mean, I think Test Bash is the best conference we have in the UK.
Unfortunately, I'm not going to make this year, but it's
right. That's the end of Testing the Pub, I'm afraid, Dan. Sorry.
But I mean, I've been every other year that it's been running so far. Hopefully I might be able to squeeze a last minute ticket if there's any left.
It's selling very well.
Yeah,
from what I can gather. And I'm not surprised.
So hopefully if there's some left, then I might be able to sneak a last minute ticket. But there's going to be so many good people there as well. Like so many people that we always learn from. like like Ian McCart and Karen Johnson. I met Karen actually last year's Eurostar. Karen is Michael Walton's Karen's a really nice lady. I managed to get talking to her about mobile testing quite a lot, and she explained, because at Eurostar I was speaking about mobile testing, so she managed to come along to the talk, and she explained about her situation and experiences around that as well. So, I'm gutted that I can't get going to.
Yeah, we got Michael Bolton there, of course, as well. Richard Bradshaw.
Yeah. You?
Me? Yeah, I'm there. And
who else?
A whole bunch of other people.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Richard doesn't count. I'm only kidding, Richard. But Michael Bolton, like, it's always good to get the opportunity to hang out with Michael Bolton as well. So.
What I like about Test Bash is it's a single track.
Yeah.
So you don't have all of those really annoying, just like a music festival, I don't know who to go and see, and there's always inevitably a clash between 2 or 3 people I want to see. It's all in one place, it's all in one track. I mean, they're doing a workshop day before Test Bash this year, but the rest of it's all in a single track, and it works really, really effectively. And it also means you've all got something common to discuss in the breakout sessions and lunch and stuff like that.
That's true. That's a real big benefit. But I'd say that the only downside in it is that for up and coming speakers or new speakers, there isn't much of an opportunity because of all the big name.
99 second talks, Dan.
Yeah, 99-second talks are cool. I like 99-second talks.
You realise who we've forgotten, don't you, Dan?
No.
We've forgotten Vern.
Yeah.
You can't forget Vern. Vern for Test Bash.
Vern's 99-second talk.
Vern he's gone from 99-second guy to up on the stage guy. So that's a really good example, I think, of somebody who has gone from the kind of really accessible, anyone can get up and say their piece for 99 seconds to going on to a longer talk. So I'm really looking forward to Vern's talk, mainly because I've been winding him up about it for about a year. So
his 99-second talk last year was phenomenal. It was humour. It was very factually correct.
I like a good factually correct talk.
Yeah. So I'm gutted that I'm going to get
so Test Bash is going to be awesome, but don't expect to bump into Dan there.
Well, unless I can get a last minute ticket, I just need to get approval from the Mitties.
And the other big thing on the horizon for me this year is Nordic testing days. So went last year, and it's really, really nice conference. I definitely recommend people go to Nordic testing days. It's in Tallinn in Estonia, so they kind of after conference opportunities, really good fun. There's a lot to do, but the conference itself gets a really good balance of speakers, and it had a really nice feel. It was kind of almost like Test Bash, but longer. It kind of had that nice kind of community feel to it.
Is it 1 day or 2 days?
It's 3 days, including the workshops.
Oh, is it? That's
year.
pretty cool.
So, the kind of community feel and the sort of people you could bump into made it a really nice, accessible conference. So yeah, I'm really pleased to be back there again. I spoke last year. I'm pleased to be back there again this year.
I've heard good things about it, but unfortunately this year it clashes with the LTG workshops.
Ah, yes. It didn't last year. I managed to do both last year. So yeah, it's a shame there's a clash this year.
Yeah, I know. That's the thing. There's so many good things. It's inevitable that some things will fall on the same days. But
yeah, so if you can't get yourself to Estonia in June, I can't remember the exact date.
The 5th, isn't it?
The 3rd to the 5th of June. There you go. Yeah. So if you can't get yourself at the beginning of June to Estonia, then you should get yourself to Skills Matter.
Well, hold on a minute, Steve. If you can't get to the LTG workshops, you should go to Estonia. Because I'm doing a thing at the LTG workshops with Christina O'Hanian.
Think big, Dan.
So, yeah.
Think big. Aim for Estonia. No, but on a serious note, the LTG workshops are for the for the price you get, they're the biggest bargain I think in testing.
Yeah, I think that because it's workshops, it's hands-on. You get to learn a lot. You know, so the best way of learning that I find is getting hands-on. So, and you've got 2 days of workshops. You know, it's 2 tracks, isn't there? 2 tracks.
Yep.
So you've got that element of choice there as well. So
Yeah, so you get yourself potentially 4 workshops
yeah,
over the course of 2 days, plus inevitably a London tester gathering between the two. So you can spend 2 days in London having a really great time learning from a lot of really, really clever people, and
a lot of
really
socialising.
affordable. A lot of socialising.
But the week before those 2 events is actually Let's Test.
Ah, yes, of course. Yeah.
So,
I hear very good things about Let's Test.
so that I've never been, but I'm going this year because I'm running a workshop. So
Excellent. What's it about?
mind maps.
Ah.
Yeah.
You're going to write a
A
mind
note
map to
on note taking.
Yeah, you're
using
gonna,
mind maps.
You're going to write a mind map to plan your workshop on mind maps.
Yeah, it's already done.
It's like
I'm
Google,
thinking about
it's like
putting
Googling
my mind
Goo-
map into Prezi so that my presentation is on a mind map.
You can do that. You can do that in mind map.
Mind map.
Yeah, if you do it in
Yeah.
mind map, you can actually add scenes in there and generate presentations out of
Yeah,
mind maps.
I know, but I really like X-Mind.
Ah, well, there you go.
X-Mind's my
Everybody has their favourite.
yeah, true.
Except if it's Free Mind, which is nobody's favourite. Okay, so Let's Test. Yeah, it's an absolutely awesome conference. The opportunity to, more like a retreat, I think as Bill Matthews described it to me.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, because it's in its own venue, I think it starts at 10 and goes on till like 8 in the evening as well, and you get all your food.
It doesn't
and
stop
all your
after 8
drinks.
from what I
No,
know.
no. I think the workshops and talks stop at 8, but
Yeah.
then it continues for the rest of the night.
Yeah.
But at least you don't have any 8 a.m. starts, I guess. You know?
Yeah, yeah.
So
Will I get up for the lean coffee? No.
I don't have lean beer in the evening. Fits in well. So.
Do you know? Actually, I won't say that. Cut that bit. I was about to mention Test Bash Lean Bacon, but I think it's a bit of a secret at the moment.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
We'll cut that out.
Okay, so yeah, we got Let's Test, we've got Nordic testing days, we've got Test Bash, we've got TMF, we've got London Tester Gathering workshops. Anything else you're looking forward to this year?
Well, obviously there's the Eurostar and Agile Testing Days conferences. Usually fall around about November, but never on the same week.
Yeah, so right, that kind of gap, isn't there?
Yeah. So submissions are still open for both, for submitting a talk or a workshop. So last year's Agile Testing Days was fantastic. So many good talks and so many good keynotes as well. Usually I find that workshops and talks, because they're more focused on smaller groups, they're quite more interactive. But I really found the keynotes at Agile Testing Days really interesting, really gripping, you know.
Yeah.
So that was really good, and of course Eurostar as well. So Eurostar.
Last year was really
Last
good.
year was my first time attending Eurostar, and I've got to admit I really thoroughly enjoyed myself. You know, I think
Why are you surprised?
because I thought it would be more corporate,
Oh, okay.
but it really isn't.
No.
There's so many good
No,
people there.
Really,
you know.
really friendly. It
There's
manages.
so many friends there that
Yeah.
I already know in the testing community that was there as well. So, and it, obviously it helped with it being in Dublin as well. But
Yeah.
this year it's in the Netherlands, isn't it?
Maastricht, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the Netherlands. So,
Yeah, somewhere a bit different.
yep. But we already know that there's good testers in that part of the world
yeah.
as well. So,
A heck of a lot. How
Yeah.
about kind of from a more kind of less of a conference perspective, but more of just a general work perspective? Are there any challenges you think the testing community or testing as a whole is going to face in 2015?
Personally, I think that because I've moved into the medical industry, I can see a lot of challenges in this industry when it comes to essentially, I want to say ass coverage. It's really more. There is still quite a lot of heavy documentation when it comes
Dotting
to
the I's and crossing the T's.
FDA approval and other regulatory bodies. But I think that the scope to be able to bring this up to date using session-based test management, exploratory testing, detailing your actual coverage rather than your scripted test coverage, you know. And I do honestly believe that we'll make good progress this year in that direction. In terms of other problems or other challenges, I think when you're looking at management structure, a lot of companies are moving away from test and dev managers to team managers.
Yeah.
But you can talk more about that.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's one of the big kind of challenges that will face the testing industry this year, next year, the year after. It is going to be that change, because it will come. I think I really believe it's what's happened personally to me in the last year will happen to a lot of other people, and it's not just looking at the impact that has on somebody who happens to be in a test management role, but what the impact that has on all the testers that were in the teams that were reporting to the test managers. So there's a whole really big piece around how as an industry we deal with that, whether you're a tester or a test manager, a head of test. I really think that's happening. I think also coming along with that, it's about kind of my idea of where testing should go and where testers should go and how they should be involved so much more up front than they are already. I think that's going to be I'd like to see that become a much bigger thing. I mean, team I'm running at the moment, I like tester to get involved from the beginning. So requirement stage, a design stage, requirement stage, wireframe stage, pair with the developer, and then all of that stuff. The testing that happens at the end, to a certain extent, is what you then becomes acceptance.
Yeah.
And if it's acceptance, a lot of it can be automated. That could be a tester activity. It could be a developer activity. A lot of it could be done by users or in production. In the context that I'm working, which is the context of social commerce, not probably in the medical industry as it stands at the moment. But I think for a lot of testers, particularly working in web and working in mobile applications, it's about getting involved earlier and kind of almost letting go of a lot of that almost gating behaviour that we all used to have.
I mean, I completely agree. I think even 5 years ago, right, there's been a change in what testers do, right? I think that will continue this year definitely, but the next 5 years as well, because a lot of companies take a lot of time to become up to speed with the way of the world now, right? Because technology is advancing so fast. Throughput is astonishing now compared to when you think about 10 years ago, So the role of a tester the role of every team member has had to adapt to this, right? So we see things where testers get involved earlier. The role of automation coming into play a bit more now, And I think that the element is more, rather than it being the checking side of things, the scripted tests, checks, it's more about discovering information, detailing that information, discovering the level of quality, more investigative. Do you know what I mean?
I'm kind of using those lateral and critical thinking skills, not just on software.
And
but earlier.
Detailing the level of confidence that you've got for each release going out, right? So it's different. It's going to continue this year.
I think it's going to be an exciting year. I mean, last year was an exciting year, but I think this year is, again, it's going to be a really, really exciting year. I'm looking forward to it.
There's one more thing that I would say just before we finish up, is about meetups.
Yeah.
Because I think
more meetups
are actually going to shine this year, because already London alone has so many different meetup groups. There's agile meetup groups, there's dev and test meetup groups, there's developer meetup groups, testers. I seen one that was for design, right? And it's not just people of those roles going to these anymore. It's like a big mash of people going.
That's a really good point. And that's if you do one thing this year, top tip from me, go to a meetup group that isn't about testing.
Yep.
Maybe once or twice, see how you like it, but go to something that isn't. Lean coffees are a really good thing to go to. I think there are 3 or 4 lean coffee groups in London, for example. And you can just rock up. It's agendaless. You can decide together with the people there what you talk about in a structured way. And it's a great way of meeting new people and having conversations which are not just typical test conversations.
But on that note, don't just go to the ones that aren't testing. Come back to the testing
Oh,
ones
yeah,
and-
absolutely.
and talk about your
Yeah,
experiences. as well,
absolutely.
you know?
Yeah, just don't go to only the testing ones. But yeah, more meetups. I fully intend to talk on more meetups this year.
Yeah. I'm speaking at the New York one,
Nice.
first week of February. If there's any New Yorkers listening,
Are they paying your expenses?
Well, no, I'm going out on a work trip, so it's coinciding. Luckily, the meetup's coinciding with the time that I'm out.
Ah, awesome.
So, yeah, so come along to that if
Yeah.
you're a New Yorker.
Nice.
So that's on the 4th of February.
Excellent. Yeah, I'd love to come along to that, but unfortunately I won't be in New York on the 4th of February. I'll be in
You're quite
London.
skinny. We'll stick you in my suitcase. As long as you don't freeze.
Nice, yeah, I've just got to remember to breathe and stuff. Yeah. It'll be fine. Hope the baggage handlers don't chuck me about too much. Right, I think on that note, yeah, also be really, really interested to hear what our listener or listeners, I hope, what you guys are looking forward to for 2015. So it'd be great. You can get in touch with us at Testing in the Pub or leave a comment on the site testinginthepub.com. It'd be great to hear from you.
Yep, or tweet us as well.
Yeah, we're at Testing in the Pub.
Yep.
So
Cool.
yeah, that's all for this time. We'll speak to you next time.